Welcome to the Gunman Insta Live. Tonight I've got a superb operator, an absolute powerhouse of a puncher on this live tonight. This guy, if you don't know about him, you need to know about this dude. He has got brutal KO power in both hands. And we're here to find out a little bit more about him. So make sure you tune in. Come and add me up. Get your questions in. Welcome everybody to the live. Come and join in. Get yourself involved. Get some questions in. So we're just waiting for Ami the General Rahman. This guy is a brute. Just waiting to add him. Yes.
Hello.
Ami the General Rahman.
Why, man?
Yeah, I'm even better now you're here.
Yeah, man. What's going on? What's going on?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? You're right.
Mate, I've been excited about this all day long.
So am I, I'm not going to lie. So am I, man.
I've been buzzing.
Yeah, likewise, mate. Likewise, I've been sitting there watching my phone. Yeah.
Listen, I'm always happy when a guest comes on so smoothly like you've just done. Because the worst thing you can get with doing lives is getting KO'd by technology.
Come on. Come on.
Imagine that, first round KO to the Wi-Fi. So I'm glad to get you on smoothly.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm glad to be here, man. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely brilliant. Welcome to the Gunman Insta Live. This is a platform that I've set up so great fighters like yourself can come on and communicate with the fight fans and give them more of an insight into the fight game. Now, those that do not know this man need to get to know this man. He is a KO specialist and he is a 4-belt, I believe, Queensbury Boxing League legend. And I do not use the word legend lightly.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But listen, I'll tell you what, Abby, the first thing we've got to ask you, right? The first thing that all the fans want to know is, what on earth are you doing getting in here day 34, day 37 I think you're on now?
I made a mistake. I meant to write day 24, but I accidentally wrote 34.
Oh, well, either way, it's still insanity.
Yeah, man.
Tell us why you're doing this.
It's unbelievable. Like, see that, right? My mind is so sharp from doing that, right? So sharp. When I'm training now, it's like everything my coach has taught me is just come straight back to my mind without even thinking about it. Like, I'm faster, I'm sharper, like everything. It's a game changer, man. Tying your skin up, I feel more. Mate, I'm getting younger. I don't feel like I'm aging. I feel like I'm getting younger and younger.
Who gave you that foolish idea?
Basically, one of my pals from Lewisham, basically, he told me how much it changed him, yeah? And then while I'm on the phone to him, I'm looking at Amazon, and then I bought it and screenshotted it and sent it to him. Said, boom, I've got one now. And then I've done it for like 3 days. I challenged myself 75 days, but I said, I'm not going to announce it in case I back out. After 3 days, I was like, do you know what? The buzz is too good. I'm going to jump on it still. And then bang, I'm done 28 days today. Tomorrow's day 29.
Oh, wow. Wow.
You know, it's that good. It's that good. Listen, yeah, mentally it's that good, yeah.
Really?
Physically, I feel amazing, but I'll never, ever stop doing it now.
Well, you can do it every day?
Every day, bro. I can't get stressed no more. Obviously, you get certain stresses in life, right? And I find myself, this is to anyone that gets anxiety and depression, any of that, right?
Yeah.
Do this. 11 minutes a week, yeah, for minimum a week, 11 minutes. And you won't get stressed and depressed no more.
Really? It's meant to, the benefits is meant to be superb. Listen, I've got Caribbean blood. You won't catch me anywhere near any ice. But the benefits are meant to be ridiculous for breathing, circulation, you know, your mind, recovery. The list goes on.
I've got friends from Jamaica, right? They'll say to you, never kept near it. Now she's buzzing for it. Man, trust me. Mad.
You're not going to be able to sell it into me.
Trust me. You do it. Yeah, you know. Now I'm at the stage now where I can't leave my house until I do it.
Really?
That's what I'm like. I can't leave my house until I do it now. It's that good. Like, buzz, bro, I can't explain how fast and sharp my mind is from doing it.
Yeah, mate, I've only heard good things about it. I just, mate, I remember a few years back I damaged my hand, and just putting my hand in an ice bucket was enough.
Yeah, it does.
You know.
It helps, man. I mean, I done legs in the gym today. Yeah, I done like a leg circuit, and my legs are blasted right now. You know,
Yeah.
tomorrow when I jump in there in the morning, it'll be gone. It'll be fine.
So what time? What time are you doing this
I
madness?
get up about 5:30 in the morning, fill it with ice, go back to bed to about 6:30, and jump straight in then.
Oh, mate.
Then the ice melt, man. Honestly, I wouldn't believe me. I don't like doing it. Trust me. I don't like getting out of bed, filling up with ice, and jumping in the cold. I think I'm going mad myself. You know, when I get out of there, man, it feels so good. I'll never stop.
Yeah, yeah. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And we've got some comments in the chat. Zaki Chan 3, ice baths change you. We've got the general speaking facts. DJ Lady Nelson, different mentality, totally. And I totally get it. I totally get the mindset you need to get into that thing. You know what I mean? But for me, I just can't, I haven't got the courage. I'm sure everyone tells me the same what you're telling me, and I understand it brilliantly. But I just don't have the balls to get in there and do that every day. So I salute you, sir. But let's get on to the boxing, because I know everyone wants to know about the animal in the ring. People want to know about this man. We want to know about your knockout power. We want to know what's coming up next. So let's get straight into this. Okay? So let's get into the punch power, the freakish punch power that you have.
Yeah.
Right? So first thing I want to ask you, what is the key to the knockout?
Do you know what? You know, before, right? It's definitely being taught them how to punch the right way, because my coach here, Gary Nichols, he boxed in the Commonwealth Games, represented England in 1978 for the Commonwealth Games, right?
Yeah.
And before he coached me, if I was punching people, I was hitting them hard, but I weren't knocking them out. I was hurting them, yeah?
Yeah.
And then he said to me, he goes, don't get despondent. You're a puncher, but you're not a knockout puncher.
Right.
In my head, I thought, yeah, we'll see. And then he started teaching me how to throw shots properly. After I'm kind of mastering how to hit, like how he showed me, banging them, knocking them out, taking them out.
So
I see them, you know what I mean? They're drowning, letting the shots go bang.
Yeah.
I can hear the life coming out of them as I'm hitting them, shot by shot. You know what I mean?
So it's all technique.
Technique, obviously, you got to be genetically blessed too. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So obviously, genetically, I've got to be genetically blessed. Do you understand what I'm saying? But obviously, being taught how to punch properly and having that inner strength in you. Because without sounding big-headed, right? I'm freakishly strong, man. At 76 kilos, my best deadlift is 240 kilos, and I'm not even a weightlifter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I want to get onto this, because I've been to one or two of your fights back in the past. I used to go to a lot of the Queensbury Boxing League shows back in the day, and we'll come on to the Queensbury Boxing League shows, because I grew up, going to a lot of those shows, and there were some brilliant fighters on those shows, and we'll come on to that later. Yeah. But I remember I used to say about you, I used to say, this guy, he's cheating the scales. So look at this. How does this chest get down to, get down to 70 kilos? Or how's that chest get down to 70 kilos?
Yeah, I was 76 kilo there. I was 76 kilo. 76 kilo, but you know what?
You fought at 70 though, didn't you?
67
and 70, yeah. So, how do you get that chest?
So basically, do you know what?
Explain.
When I was young, I was a little tearaway, right? So I got kicked out of school in like year 9, I think, yeah. And my older brothers had a bench in the garage.
Yeah.
So I've been bench pressing since I was like 13, 14 years old.
So look at it. It's talking of your bench pressing. Mate.
That's red.
This makes me feel sick just looking at it.
It was like 200 kilo, I think, it was deadlifting it, repping it for fun.
Look at that. The bar's bending.
Yeah, man.
The bar's bending.
I am relentless in my pursuit of greatness.
I'm a fucking savage. That's what I'm saying. That's genetic strength, man.
Mate. So you think it's a bit of, the knockout power comes from a bit of genetics. Obviously, you're just naturally strong, and then lots of technique. Boom.
That's what it is. Honestly, I think like, I've just what it is. I'm just genetically strong, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause look, we'll get onto it a bit later. When I was banged up, I got banged up, yeah, a couple of times, yeah. And when I was banged up, people used to say to me, I'll enter strongman competitions, yeah. And I've done 6 different jails, yeah. And I entered 3 competitions in 3 different jails, and I won pound for pound the strongest guy in the jail. Everyone I entered, man. I was matching the heavyweight guys. I've been a lightweight.
Yeah. Well, let's get onto that. Let's just get straight into it. So, listen, were you a good street fighter when when you were growing up? Were you born to fight, or did you learn to fight?
I don't know. I think I could I wasn't scared of fighting. And I'd get stuck in. And I just naturally, most people when you fight in the street, they throw a punch for all wide, yeah?
Yeah.
I just naturally just went bang, straight forward. So I could naturally scrap.
Yeah. So,
Naturally, always
you were naturally pretty good at like boxing already, like you picked up a rope and you could skip.
Yeah.
You already had quite good rhythm, all that kind of stuff already.
Do you know what? You know what they say, monkey see, monkey do, yeah? That's true. I grew up watching fight movies and always wanted to be a fighter.
Yeah.
So I used to watch them fight on TV and then get into fights in the streets and do the same thing.
Yeah.
And it worked. Because if it worked, my always thing I've always done, yeah, I'll give a little tip away to everyone, right? If it works for the world champions, it's going to work for you. So I watch like Mayweather, I watch Canelo, I see what they do, and then I go to the ring, I try it, bang, while I'm sparring, and it pulls off.
Yeah.
If it's going to work for the world champions, it's definitely going to work for you.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. So you were a naughty boy, right?
Yeah.
No, we know you were a naughty boy. That's a silly question. What did you get banged up for?
Violent. When I was 17, I got a big gang fight. You know how it is? You're just kids in the street, and then just get into a big fight, a load of people, and just having a big gang fight after fight, getting nicked, and then got banged up at 17, my first offence, my first time.
You got to remember, in our era, we didn't have iPads, and we didn't really have phones.
None of that.
So we just went out on the streets. That's what we did. We weren't screen focused and digital, but you went out on the street, you played for hours, you knocked for people.
Yeah.
You go around people's house, you didn't pick them up.
No, you knock on the door.
And you're out on the street.
You had a meeting spot at the shops or somewhere we'd all meet up. And then once you met up, you'd walk around and meet other people. That's how it was when we grew up. And you know what? It wasn't like back in the day you could have a fight with someone. I used to fight guys, we used to meet up after school, have a scrap, you shake your hands, it's done.
Yeah.
We were good after that. That's how it was.
So you got done for what, GBH?
GBH, yeah.
So you broke up a man,
bust him up,
popped him up,
and
then you had to go inside for that.
Yeah, banged up. I spent 10 months in remand, and then got let out because I served my time.
Yeah. So you was in 2 or 3 times though, weren't you? All similar.
Twice.
Yeah. Okay. Similar offences.
So second time I got fitted up by the police. They stitched me up, and it's gonna sound mad, but I actually got fitted up for a gunpoint kidnap. And but on trial, I went for a 6-week trial at the Old Bailey, and I spent the whole time in Belmarsh prison, right? And this guy just made some. I think my mate was sleeping with his missus at the time, so he just made some mad lie up, and it come out in the end in the courtroom in the trial that it was a fabricated lie, and they got us not guilty. But
oh wow!
At the time as well, I was sat in the car with somebody, and their car was bugged. There was a listening device in the car.
Wow!
And then basically the police listened to them talk for 28 days, and I spoke on 2 occasions for no more than 4 minutes, and I got 6 years. I went guilty straight away, so they took a third off. I was there for 4 years. I served 2 years, 3 months.
Bloody hell!
Yeah, man, got a conspiracy to supply Class A.
So, oh my word! So, tell us about what it was like inside then. Mate, listen, you don't want to tell us too many stories, but was there any soap dropping or anyone getting shanked up that you saw or anything like that?
So basically, I see one dude get sliced open in Belmarsh. Yeah, I see some mad stuff, man. I see the guys that murdered Lee Rigby.
Yeah.
I see them in there.
Oh wow!
I see some serious people in there, and I see a couple of guys. I spoke to one guy that was in there for a shooting in Basingstoke, and he showed me his transcripts, and they're talking basically how they got them is they bugged the police van, they put them in the police van, and they was talking about they couldn't get these guys, by the way, yeah, and then they put them in the van, bugged the van, and listened to them talk, and the guy was going, yeah, mate, the shooter's in the Cavalier in Basingstoke, and this and that. So they basically said everything, and the police went and got them. But my man was a lunatic, man. You could hear this. Belmar screws, they boss you up. They beat you up bad.
Oh,
And you get, they bang.
it's a notorious prison that as well, isn't it?
Oh, it's a raw jail, man. I was
Really?
in there when I was in there.
2 years, 3 months.
I was in there for 2 months, man. Long enough. Long enough. But I was in there for 2 months on trial, yeah. So we'd go at like 6 in the morning. We'd get back 4 in the morning. You weren't allowed to have a shower because everyone's banged up. So you'd have to wash your towel in the sink, and you have to sink wash. And you'd have to you sink wash for 5 days, and then at the weekend you could get a shower.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's brutal.
I was on house block 3. House block 3. I can't remember what house block 3 something, right? When I got there, they was like, mate, this is Beirut. The people used to be like, this is Beirut, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was bad in there, man.
Oh, so listen, you get out and you change your life around, and this is what's inspiring, and this is what we fans want to know, because this is where you pull yourselves together, and boxing saves your life. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so after 2 months after being out, my daughter, I found out I was having a little girl, and from there, man, just switched up because I've always wanted a girl, right? And then I think about her waters broke at 29 weeks, yeah. So there was a bit of a iffy risk. And from then, I just switched everything up, man. And then when she was born, I was like, you know what, I can box now again. So I started boxing, and that kept me off the streets. And then just kept training. Like, when I first come back to boxing again for 2017, I had like 14 fights in like 8 months. I was fighting like twice a month. Yeah, because I got so big, I was so tanked. I wouldn't even stretch the weight, so I was just fighting. Terrible.
Were you boxing amateur to start with?
I don't know amateur whatsoever, man.
Always unlicensed.
So I started off kickboxing. I used to kickbox for a guy called Trevor Spencer.
Right.
And that's where I met a few of my good friends. And then after that, I went into boxing. When I got banged up and that, I went into boxing. And then my boxing was terrible until I met my coach Gary.
Did you start like learning in the prison, just a bit of shadow boxing and just learning a few moves in there, or did it come after?
When I was on my second sentence, yeah, we used to get sliders, yeah, and we used to make pads with the sliders. So met a few travelling guys and that, we used to sit in a cell banging pads. They never used to like you hitting pads because they say it's promoting fighting. Yeah. Obviously, they don't want a bunch of masculine men that can fight and look after themselves. So we used to have to hide and do it, man. We used to roll up the beds. The man used to hold it. We used to use that as a punch bag.
You'd have a body belt.
Yeah, man. Honestly, it was wicked, man. Do you know what? For what it was, we made the best of a bad situation. Yeah. Right? We're talking, there was 16 of us pals that was on the same case, on the same wing. So it was like being in a hostel, man. Do you know what I'm saying? We're standing bad, yeah. We made the best of a bad situation.
Oh, amazing. I love to hear that. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. I
met some serious people. I met some good people. Some of the people I met in there are like my brothers for life now. Like, I'm close to them.
Did anyone fuck with you in there?
Oh, they tried to, yeah, but they got snapped up quickly. Some kid pulled a shank on me, yeah, and he hit the shank in his hand, like, trying to have fun. So I'm walking back, I threw my jumper in his face, then bang, I took him out, got on top of him, just ground and pounded him. Boom, boom. And then but I wanted to get this kid for a while because he was constantly trapping off. He tried to hot water me. He had hot water in an ice cream bucket, tried to throw it in my face. And luckily I moved. And then when I got him, I pounded him, and then they put me in the block for a week. I lay back, and I thought that's the best thing. I thought this is the best 7 days of my life. It's well worth it. Well worth it, man.
Well worth it. Absolutely brilliant. Listen, guys, there's loads of people jumping in. If you've got any questions for the general, pop them into the chat, and I will ask him the good ones. Yeah, so it's not just my questions. I'll be here all night asking him boxing questions. You guys pop your questions in the chat, and let's pick this man's brains. So listen, when did you get to Renegade? You started at Renegade, or you were fighting out of Renegade and Stevenage. So was that your first gym?
Yeah, so basically the first gym I started, that's when I started boxing again from Renegade, right? Yeah. I started training there, and started going all right from there, man. That's why they got me like 13 fights in like 9 months. And then I fought in a charity, I fought in a show actually with for this guy called Jeff Glencross, bless his soul, he's passed away now, right? Yeah. And basically, the guy that become my coach was the referee, Gary Nichols. Yeah. And there's a picture there's a video on the internet with this guy. I'm beating this guy up, yeah, and when he's hitting me, I'm blocking it. I stick my tongue out like, Bob, and then he tried to kick me. He's going to kick me. I blocked the first kick, so I've gone to carry on to fighting him, and he's going to kick me again. At this point, I grabbed him, spun him, and started elbowing him. Bang, boom, boom. Now it's gone a bit far, right? And then suddenly a few of my pals I was banged up with, they climbed into the ring and started weighing him in. It went off key. It was like a ring invasion. Everyone started jumping into the ring.
Brilliant.
Man, it was mad. Security had to get the guy out of there for safety. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's
So
absolutely brilliant.
who kicks someone in a boxing match, man? Do you know what I'm saying?
I know, you can't
Man
have
come down
that.
from Blackpool, come down from Blackpool, and then tried to kick me in the ring like in my manner.
Oh.
Is a bit.
Yeah, that's not gonna be on. We got Seb Silly. Sorry, Amy. I've got to get the people involved. Got Seb Silly saying, "Where are you training now, and who is your coach?"
Basically, I got.
So you left? Did you leave Renegade?
No, left Renegade time ago. So I went with my coach. He started a own club up called Champs Camp. So left and went with him and trained 1-to-1 with him for like 4 years, which is the best thing I could have ever done.
So what's your coach's name? So I didn't catch it.
Gary Nichols. Yeah, let me just give Gary Nichols. Yeah, boxing the Commonwealth Games in 1978 for England, right?
Oh,
and
right.
then when he turned pro, he fought for Frank Warren. Yeah, and then when he retired, yeah, Frank Warren hired him, and he used to train fighters for Frank Warren and for Frank Maloney, who's now known as Kelly Maloney. So like, he's got all the attributes. Mate, listen, this guy is the baddest coach you will ever meet. Like, honestly, I'm not joking. He's the baddest. Everyone that he has are champions.
Really?
Everyone he trains are champions, man. Straight up.
That's good to hear. Are you going to fight again, DJ Lady Nelson?
Of course I am, 100%. Basically, basically. Look, I don't know if I can say, man, but a big thing is going to come, and you're going to see him in a bigger platform, right? And when you see him in a bigger platform, due to the ice baths and a few other things, yeah, I'm going to be absolutely breaking people.
Mate, what more have you got to do though at that level?
How's
the motivation still there? What's fueling you?
Do you know what? Genuinely, yeah, I'm not aging, bro. I swear, I eat good, I live good, right? The ice baths and that, I'm not aging, man. I feel young, fit. I feel fitter, sharper.
But you've cleaned up the divisions.
Yeah, do you know what?
So why do you need to still prove yourself at that level?
Do you know what?
Is there not an ambition to do more or do something else?
Tell you a little sign.
I have to ask these questions because yeah. Oh, nice.
That's where we're going.
Oh, really? That's what I was coming. That's what I was leading on to.
That's where we're going, man. That's where we're going. Because like, listen, I spar guys, I spar top boys in that, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And I mix it up nice and easy with them. Do you know what I mean? You know, with the right camp, yeah. I'm telling you, with the right camp, right? When I dedicate and do it properly, when I'm in the ring, when we're standing there, because what happens is we start boxing, I land 1-2 shots and stiff because I hit every single shot with conviction. I don't do this pity patter shit, right? I hit every shot.
I'll come on to your style in a moment.
Yeah, every shot I hit.
But you load up, yeah, you do like to load up.
Every shot, yeah, man. But you know what it is? I can fight 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds like that. I don't get tired. I'll go and go and go. When men stand with me, which it doesn't really happen, you see my fights, they don't stand with me. They try to stand a couple of times. And when they do stand, you see what happens. You know what I'm saying? They get knocked out, they get stopped.
No, that's absolutely beautiful. I mean, so how did you get introduced to Queensbury? I should say it's Queensbury Boxing League. How did you end up in there?
So I was out, yeah. I was out of boxing for like 6 months, so I got a bit fat, out of shape, and I went for sparring trials, yeah. And I was so down. I thought I boxed shit. I was fat, and I said to Ross Minter at the time when he had that, I was like, mate, don't judge me, man. I said I'm fat, I'm out of shape. I ain't boxed for like 6 months. I said, give me a chance, and you'll see what I can do. And then Gary got me, yeah, and trained me for like 3 months, and that was it. Then I fought at Marcus Stevenson because my fighter dropped out, I think, on the day, yeah. And then they put Marcus in me, but Marcus is a veteran. Marcus is,
he's been on here actually. He's had 250 fights, I think.
He can fight. He knows what to do.
He can survive. Yeah, he's a good fighter. I mean, like I said, when you've had 256 fights, there's not many situations you haven't seen.
Yeah, Gary,
you know what I
mean? Gary said to me, "Don't take no prisoners. Just fucking take him out." So I'm like,
you knocked him out. You stopped him as well, didn't you?
Stopped him 72 seconds.
Yeah, I can remember that. I remember him sort of falling down. I don't remember the fight so well, but I remember him down on the rope, sort of under the bottom rope, I think. But I can't remember the fight, but I do remember the sort of knockdown.
Yeah, I was bang.
Because that was one of your early fights, wasn't it? It was like
Yeah, I was levering him, man. I was honestly, you know, I'm not joking. Man. I think I fought at 70 or 72
Mate,
kilo, man. And
I don't know how you get that frame. I don't know how you cheat the scales like that. How do you get that frame to bloody whatever you're eating? I need to start getting on that diet, man. Because
how tall do you think I am? How tall do you think
well, I
I
think
am?
you're like 5'6",
Yeah,
7", aren't
yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yeah, you're only
Basically,
small. You're only small, aren't you?
know what it is? I've got the best nutritionist, man. I've got a guy called Owen here, XC Fitness, right? He's because he does the fighting himself. He knows what food to give you to fuel you and to give you strength to go through still.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm into all this old school stuff. I'm into like primitive stuff rather than the new this and that. Do you know what I mean? So I eat very clean. I drink plenty of water, and I do different kind of workouts. I don't do that weightlifting or that silliness. I train to be a weapon. I don't train to be a weightlifter.
Yeah, but
I
you
don't train to. I
can
train.
lift weights.
Yeah,
We just see that. Yeah, blooming
but you know
hell.
what? That's because of how I train to be a weapon. Because the things I do, like my explosive power is crazy. I can do backflips on the spot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I just learned, most of the things just having confidence and just
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. So listen, you went on a 4-fight win streak in Queensbury, and you won 4 fights on the spin. You have got 4 knockouts on the spin,
Yeah, so
and there was a big hype train gathering behind you. Everybody was thinking, Jesus, this guy is a killer. And then you came up against Solomon
yeah.
Lafleur.
So basically, with him, right, I'll
Let's
tell
talk
you the honest
about
truth
that
happened with
fight.
him. I looked at the video, I thought, he's dead, yeah. My own fault, and then basically, I didn't really train properly for the fight. On top of that, the night before the fight, me and my missus at the time was going through a rough patch, yeah. Had a big argument, and she ended up kicking me out like about 1:30, 2 in the morning. And then I was just out and about to about 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. I didn't really sleep a lot, right? If you see me in any other fight to that fight, you can see I wasn't fighting like how I would fight. Do you know what I mean? Every
Yeah, I mean,
jab.
I'll give you my verdict on the fight, but I'm always keen to hear yours. I mean, do you want to hear mine?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I felt you was missing with the right hand, and then he was coming back and countering you a lot. And I would say that was the first fight I've seen you tired.
Yeah, so basically,
I would say that was the first fight where you actually got wild, got scrappy.
Yeah, because
you were loading up every shot, but really wide, off balance.
that was shocking, wasn't it?
He got to you. He got to you.
Yes, but what it was, I just didn't prepare for that fight properly. I was out all night, had like 2 hours sleep, so I thought when I get to the venue, I'll sleep there. And then ever since that day, I've been trying to call him out, get rematches. I won the title back, and I offered it to him. And we've been in talks. You could ask Alan from the Queensbury, Alan from the Quest now, right? Alan's offered him the fight 3 or 4 times, and they keep saying, he's a very dangerous fighter. We have to prepare properly. And then we don't hear from him again. I think
what would you say to people that say that Solomon Lafleur and Tommy Leroy were the top boys, and you really began to take over once they had moved?
No, because I was supposed to fight Tommy Leroy, and he pulled out the fight.
Right. Okay, I didn't know that.
If you find the interview, Alan asked him. Tommy's my friend. No disrespect to Tommy, he's a pal. But I just say how it is, right? We had an interview and Tommy was talking. Alan asked him how the fight is going to go. Yeah. And Tommy's like, yeah, it'll go well. He's a good fighter. I think I'll get it. Then he asked me, how's it going to go? I said, yeah, with all due respect, it's all love, but I'll knock this guy out. Straight up. So I don't play games. I'm not joking. Even to this day, I tell you, forget it all of him. I'll knock him out. I'll knock out Solomon. I'll knock him out. I just won't mess about again. What it was is, I was getting such a big hype train behind me, doing so well.
Yeah, you did so well.
I just got gassed. I got too big-headed, training less, going out a bit more, getting more attention. Do you know what I'm saying? It's my own fault. I let it go.
And what happens with wins, when you get wins, good performances and wins in a row, you start actually thinking you're a bit invincible.
That's what I did, yeah.
Because you're like, actually, no one can beat me. I'm not being hurt. I'm actually winning these fights quite easy, and you just take you off the ball, I guess. But in that fight, he really, I'd not seen you so wide open as in that fight and loading up, and
I hadn't slept, yeah. In my head, I was thinking, I'm going to catch him and I'm going to take him out. So I wobbled him, I think, in the second round or third round. I wobbled him and I thought I was going to get him, but I had nothing left in the tank. I just couldn't get him.
It's interesting to hear you called for the rematch then.
Lots of times. If he gets this again, I'll fight him anytime.
What happened with the Alex Bellingham fight? Apparently, that's a fight that should have been made as well. Didn't happen. Can you enlighten the fight fans on why that fight didn't happen?
No, I was supposed to fight Alex Bellingham. Alex Bellingham was actually one of my good friends. I've never fight him. He's my sparring partner.
Right.
But he's a very close pal.
So you were never due to fight him, or there was
never. I was never due to fight him.
That's just rumours that maybe that fight was ducked.
That would be an unbelievable fight. It would be, because Alex is probably the best or one of the best people I've ever shared the ring with. Like I hit this guy with everything, and he takes it and he boxes unbelievable. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he is honestly one of the best guys I've ever been in the ring with, bro. He's unreal.
Yeah.
I'd never fight him. He's like one of my closest friends, man. Good guy.
Oh, interesting to hear that. So you won your belts at Queensbury Boxing, all via knockouts.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
100%, yeah.
That's just unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, don't play games.
You know what I mean? That's something you can tell the grandkids.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I broke him, man. I knocked that Jake Williams out, yeah. And I hit him so hard, I cut my knuckle through the gloves and the wraps, yeah. And when he got up, and I went, this is after they announced him. I went to hug him.
Jack Warren you're talking about?
No, Jake Williams.
Oh, Jake Williams.
Yeah. The really tall guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was really tall. I mean, how did he get to your weight division? Listen, I think the scales must be upside down there or something, because I don't know how you guys get to like that sort of weight.
Yeah,
he was massive.
He was massive, man. But he was like, when I hit that guy so hard, you know, after they announced I was the winner, I went to go give him a hug, and he still didn't know where he was. He was like, look at me weird.
Mate, I saw it. The right hand you got him with, I think it put him in a different post.
Yeah,
it's like you said you packed him off first class delivery. Yeah. Right, mate.
I'll give him a good lick, man. He took a good lick.
Mate, but I tell you what, when you saw the pattern of that fight, I didn't watch the whole fight. I've just seen like highlights of that fight, you know, clips of it. And when you see, but even in the clips of it, you can see the pattern because he was so wide open to the right hand, which is like your main weapon. So I don't know what he was training for, because anyone who watches you must be thinking, watch out for Ami's right hand. And he was wide open.
Do you know what
wide open.
You know they all say watch out for the right hand. It doesn't matter watch out for the right hand. Like, you see what my fights, I'm on them like a rash. I don't let them breathe. So there's even when you see how I fought Ronnie, another good friend of mine. Yeah. Even though I was inside, you see me catching my left, Bob hitting my left a lot. So I know they all know I'm going to go for the right hand. So I start going for other shots, going to the body, going with left hooks.
Yeah, your left hook's decent as well. But like, yeah, let's get onto the Ronnie fight, because we've sort of touched on that knockout loss at the time. In fact, we'll just finish on that. How did you feel with the knockout defeat to the stoppage defeat to Lafleur?
Wounded.
How did you feel? Were you down? Were you doubting yourself?
No.
Did you think? Oh, I just didn't prepare, and I'm all right. Or
I know it's fine. I knew that I knew that it was my mistake. I knew you could never beat me in a million years. It was my mistake, and because you see all my fights, I turn up to all my fights, apart from that one. I haven't ever had a issue of that again. That was just that's why I'm not bothered about it, because I know that I didn't prepare. I mean, don't no disrespect to the guy, but I'll knock him out cold.
If you don't get that rematch,
he won't fight me again. If you
don't get that rematch, is that gonna sit on you?
Gunman, listen to this. You know, like Wicked and Bad, yeah.
Yeah.
So he fought Wicked and Bad, yeah. So then I contacted Wicked and Bad and said, I'll fight. And they said, we don't want fighters. But I said, you've got that fighter, Solomon Lafleur on there. I said, me and him fought. I explained the situation. And I said, call him out. I'll smoke him. We'll fight. He turned it down. He won't fight me.
Really?
He won't fight me. Listen, he will not fight me. He knows he got lucky, man. He's gone now, they got lucky. He will not fight me.
So does that give you comfort to the fact that give you comfort so it won't sit on you if you don't, you don't get it?
It will never sit on me, because I know I didn't perform. I know what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was someone like Alex Bellingham that beat me, I think, do you know what, the better man won. I couldn't say nothing. Do you know what I mean? But with him, I know I'll blast him all day long. Like, it's not a thing. I don't even mean that disrespectfully. I just know like what I'm capable of and what I can do. You know
so you fought Ronnie Chisholm, who I really like. Ronnie Chisholm. He won me as a fan when he beat another favourite fight of mine, Mide.
Yeah.
He beat Mide.
Did they give me? They me.
The rugby, yeah. When he beat me, I think I was at that. Yeah, was I at that fight? But anyway, I remember the fight very well. I think I was at it. I go to quite a lot of fights. So I can't remember now, but I think I was. Yeah, I was at that fight. And he beat him in great fashion, and I was like, "Who is this kid?" And that's what I do on here. I stalk good fighters.
Yeah,
that's how you're on here now. I stalk good fighters. I love speaking with great fighters, and so I started following him off the back of that. And your fight with him was an epic, really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of debate around that, and we could probably just do a session just on that fight. How did you see that fight? And do you feel that he was a bit lucky to win?
I have no idea what's going on. Of course, look, Ronnie's a good pal, man. Me and Ronnie was a good pal before because we had a conversation about this, right?
Yeah.
I was like, because I couldn't get a fight at welterweight, because I knocked everyone out. No one was going to fight me. And then me and Ronnie spoke, and he was like, yeah, I'm coming down to light middleweight. And I was like, oh, fucking hell, bro. I said, bro, I'm coming down to light middleweight, and I'm going for the title. And I always thought, you know what, me and you'd be a good fight, bro. Obviously, he's a good friend of mine at the time anyway, yeah? And then after the fight, we were still good pals, but nah, I knew I had that anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? It was a tough
Do you think you kind of like nicked it towards the end of the fight rather than you kind of like, if he hadn't have he probably moved away tactically from where he probably should have been, and that let you back in that fight? Is that fair to say?
Do you know what I think it was, yeah? Everyone that comes out, I'm always slow in the first round, right? So everyone I box in the first round, they start catching 1-2 shots, then they get a bit excited, and then they stand with me. And I knew Ronnie, once I get running a few shots, I knew Ronnie's going to be the man and try and stand with me.
Yeah.
So I had to draw him into the fight.
You drew him in,
That's
yeah.
exactly what I've done.
Yeah. So that was the plan of yours.
I think, of course, it was a plan. My plan is to make the man stand and fight me. Don't run and thing. That's why I say to everyone. I talk and say, listen, if you're a serious guy and you're a bad man, let's stand in the ring and we'll go toe to toe. And once you stand in the toe to toe, you're in my territory now.
Yeah, that suits you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's what listen. Ronnie was the first person that actually stood with me and actually had it with me, and he done very, very well. I think he come down from super middleweight, did he? I think he was super middleweight or something. He come down.
He came down to. It was at light middle, wasn't it? That fight. It was 72, wasn't it?
I think he was at super middle or middleweight. And he come down and I come up.
Yeah, it was at 72, wasn't it? And you was coming up when he came.
And you know what?
Fight, yeah.
I done like I'm 68 was, yeah, and I came in a kilo over, 1.2 kilo over, and I done about 20 minutes in a sauna before the weigh-in. I got there, I was overweight. Alan was like, no, I was like, shit, put the suit on. Gary was like, fuck it, we won't do it. Yeah. I said no. Because even Ronnie said, I'll give it to Ronnie. Ronnie was like, don't worry about the weight, just do the fight. And I said, you know what? I'm not giving no excuse to anybody to say anything to me. I'm getting the sauna. So put my suit on, and I shook it off in the sauna. Come out, spoke to my nutritionist, Exceed Fitness there, smashed it for me, rehydrated me perfectly, and then boom, we got the win.
Why is that rematch not happening?
He's too much of a good friend of mine, man.
He wants it.
Too much. If he wants,
why is it not happening?
Does he want to fight me again? Does he?
He wants it.
Are you sure, boy?
Listen, he's been on the Gunman Instalive. He says he wants it. He says he was told no, not from his end.
Well, basically, his missus actually asked me not to fight him again. So we was on the phone. So I've been to Ronnie's and met up with him. Yeah. We're actually really, really good friends. But if he really, really, really wants it, we could do it for charity or something. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, donate the money for charity. I'll fight him for charity if he wants to do it.
Well, he's fighting again on March the 2nd. I'm actually hoping to go with that. Go to that.
I'll be there. I'll go. I'm going to go sit and chat to him and say, well, do you really want to?
Are you going to that?
I'll be there. Yeah.
I'm hoping to go with Arthur James. So hopefully I'll see you there.
Oh yeah, I'll see you there.
I hope so. Yeah, I'm 90% that we're going to be there. So I'm hoping to come with him. But yeah, I'll catch up with you at that show. Couple of quick fire questions because I'm conscious of your time. Okay, you're only allowed one answer. Okay. You're not allowed a long story.
All right.
Okay, it just needs to be one word answers. Okay. Hardest sparring partner.
Alex Bellingham.
Worst part of training.
Weight cuts.
Oh. All right.
Do you know what? I tell you what. I'm bad for food. I blow up after a fight. I put like a stone on. So the weight cuts.
The weight cut. What about actual physical training? like hill sprints or something like that? It's always usually a run, isn't it, or something?
Do you know what?
What's your worst part?
Because Gary's put me through so much of it, it's nothing to me now.
Yeah.
Don't like it,
Oh, so
but it is what it is.
what, hill sprints?
Hate it, bro.
All right, yeah, no one likes that, do they?
Hate
No
it.
one in their right mind.
Do you know what? I actually pulled my hamstring 3 days before the fight against Ronnie. Yeah.
Did you?
Man.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, my coach had me outside doing sprints.
Oh, really?
Pulled my quad. Yeah, not badly, but I pulled it.
Oh, interesting. All right, then how about this one then? Toughest fight?
Toughest fight. Gotta be Ronnie.
Hardest puncher?
Do you know what? Ollie Bennett.
Hmm.
Yeah, very strange, isn't it? That one. He wobbled me twice, and I didn't show it. I didn't know where the fuck the shot come from either.
I didn't expect you to say that. So you say Ronnie's toughest fight?
Ronnie's a tough fight, yeah, because you know what I noticed with Ronnie? I thought to myself, this guy just fucking ain't going. I was whacking, and I thought he's not going. Like
his counter punching is something else as well.
Oh, yeah, he's when I saw Ronnie fight, I thought, I'd like to fight that kid, man. He can fucking go. He'd be a good fight.
Yeah.
Being friends with him, but he was just so durable. I thought to myself, shit, is it because this guy's come down a weight or what? Like, he's just not going, bro.
Yeah.
But you know what? If the ref hadn't jumped in on the second knockdown, 2-3 more seconds, I'd have stopped it and finished him. But the ref jumped in and gave him a standing count, didn't
he? Yeah. Ooh, would have finished him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Because you know, when I've got someone there, you know, once I've got you and I'm hitting you, it's game over.
Yeah.
Game over.
All right, what about this one? Your favourite fighter at the moment in Quest?
Oh, I'd say Ronnie, man.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice shout, that is.
I'd say Ronnie, yeah.
All right, then. Your favourite fighter that's professional right now?
What at Quest?
In professional ranks, not in Quest.
Terence Crawford.
Pro ranks.
Man, all day, bud.
Okay. Your favourite fighter of all time?
Mike Tyson.
Oh, I love that. Love
that. Yeah, G, man.
Easy. That was an easy one.
Watch how he did that. Boom. Do you know what I'm saying?
Peekaboo or Philly Shell?
Peekaboo all day.
Nice. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
So no thinking, stay there.
Last one. Queensbury Boxing League or Quest?
Queensbury Boxing League, man. And do you know what it is? No disrespect to it. Quest hasn't had enough time to build yet. But when me, AJ, Alex was all fighting on Queensbury, bruv, it was lit. I used to walk in there and get shivers, like there's some serious fighting in here, man.
Yeah, mate. I'm gonna. I said this to King After James when he came on the live, and I said this to Chisholm when I came on the live. I've been to a couple of your fights. I've been to a couple of AJ's fights. I've been to a couple of Bilal Fawaz's fights because I used to go to those shows. Yeah. And that era was outstanding. I'm telling you, I'm going to miss names out here and not do justice. But Bilal, Fawaz, you, King AJ, Midday, Ronnie Chisholm. I'm going to miss people out, and you're going to go, oh, you've missed out on this guy and this guy. Dexter Horton, it was just so oh mate, you had some absolute killers. Now what it is that now there's only a few of you that have stayed in and you're now still in the Quest, but I still see you as the golden generation. So there's you, there's Ronnie, there's Dexter, Lee Cannon's kind of like finishing, I believe. Yeah. You know, Jimmy Horney's finished. You know, Bilal Fawaz has gone pro. Osborne, not Ozzy Osbourne. Osborne. Yeah. What's his first name?
I don't know. It's Ozzy. I was known as Ozzy.
I thought it was Ozzy as well. Osborne, what a fighter.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So you had a golden era, and I'll be honest, I just don't feel Quest has that, hasn't quite got that. There's only a couple of fighters. It's just my opinion. It's not me knocking the promotion in any way. I'm going to the show on March 2nd. I'll go to more shows. I'm not knocking it at all. But that golden era was so rich, and you know this. Yeah, and no one can disagree with this. No one can disagree with it. It was so rich, that era, that the new guys coming through, it's almost like You know,
Yeah,
how
it's
do
not
we
like the old
compete?
sister. There's that saying, "Old is gold, man. You can't beat the old." We had a serious fighting team one day,
Serious,
man. Serious.
serious like roster,
Like
serious roster.
I used to look and think, shit, man, it'd be a tough fight. Now I look and think, I'll blast him. I'll knock him out. I'll knock him out.
Yeah,
It's not like
there's
fear
a
factor no more.
couple of guys I'm keen to watch. Like I think that big Russian, I think he's Russian. He's just turned pro bare knuckle. I can't pronounce his name. I think it was Danilo Herbovich or something like that. I would have watched him. He was like a brute. He just turned to bare knuckle. I think that Eri, I can't pronounce his surname either. Eri Sergilek or something. He looks tasty. Chilean Mills looks quite good. There's some guys I quite like the looks of, but there's just not that rich, you know.
Right.
That flavour was smoking back in
it
those.
was lit. Do you know what? Everyone was old school. They had a bit of background and they had something about them. Do you know what I'm saying? So how I see it is the guys that was on the Queensbury, yeah. If you threw a knife into a ring, yeah, if they was in a room, you threw a knife in and said only the winner gets out, they'd dab it straight away.
Yeah.
And nowadays, you throw a knife in the room, they all say, "Let's sit down, let's have a chat." That's the difference, I'd say. Do you know what I'm saying? Forget that.
You said it, mate. I agree with you. Like as I said, I'm not knocking the show now, but honestly, that roster was serious.
I think the question just needs time to build up and needs some fighters that will come up. I mean, there's a young kid that I've trained with for 5 years, George Jones. Yeah, he's a prospect. You watch, he's going to come up, and I've trained with this kid since he was like 11 years old, man, and now he's 17. He's mustard, man.
I'll watch out for him.
Yeah, watch George Jones. Look out for him, man. He's proper.
Yeah, I'm gonna DM you after this, so you can send me his if he's on Insta and I'll follow him. I'll get him on here.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
But have you got? I don't mean to be rude. You got any more questions? I've got an early start ice bar for 5.
No, that's absolutely fine. No, my last question. My last question now is just what's next for you.
Yeah, basically, I got approached by Gunman Boxing and they offered me a match room just after lockdown, but then I had to get a vaccine. They said the vaccine had to be governed by the British board and all that, and then I said no, I'm not taking none of that stuff. So it would have been pro then, but now I'm really planning for my pro license to go on this big show. They're basically, the show is going to be, I don't know if I'm allowed to announce it, so I'm not going to say the name, but you know what it is, right? It's a well-known show. So right. You'll see me there knocking people right, left, right, and centre, mate.
Oh, right, brilliant. Okay, that's good. Yeah, listen, as I said, I'm conscious of your time because I know I really appreciate you coming on and spending time with me.
I appreciate you having me here.
I appreciate you spending time with me. I really appreciate you spending time with the fight fans. You're a great fighter. Keep knocking mans out. Keep battering them up. Keep doing what you do. We can't wait to. Hopefully, I'll see you on March the 2nd.
I'll see you there. Yeah.
But I'll speak to you online anyway. So thanks a lot, man.
No, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate your time. Thank you for having me. It's a great show.
Yeah,
man.
Brilliant. Right. Keep on watching. Keep on supporting. Thank you very much, man.
Tuned in. Love.
Take it easy.
See you soon. Have a good one, man.
Big man.
Take care, man.
Lovely.
Have it, man. Bye bye.